Welcome back. Here we go with a new repair, Motorola Sonic Maxx 810. The customer has a problem on the charging port. Um, the plus 5 volt it's basically shorted to the ground, and the battery cannot charge anymore. The board cannot work anymore. The battery totally drained and the device is not usable. This Sonic Motorola, it's a Bluetooth speaker. It's very nice. I have opened the device. Uh, in this part, we have removed the old micro USB port. A new one is ready to be installed. A good cleaning always is the best to do in the first place. Removing the old solder. Here we go. That's the new port. We are not using the same exact port. Maybe you don't know, but basically any micro USB port will be fine here. But it's very important just to make the needed adjustment in order to use a different type of port. For example, here we have only two pins to be used, plus 5 volts and ground. So we are not going to solder all of the pins, just two of them. And since the port it's a little bit different, we are going to use the the micro grinder in order to create some space for more solder on the sides of that micro USB port, because when we are going to solder it back, the sides can um, solder the port directly on the board. So basically we are going to solder directly the port on the sides, which is the ground. Doesn't matter if it's the right side or the left side, they are both ground. And then we will need only to solder that two pins, which is the plus 5 volts and ground. That's how this board it's designed. So just two pins. It's hard to make any mistakes here. Just keep in mind to have the correct length of the micro USB port, since when you are going to put it back in the casing in the device, maybe the hole will not, I mean, the port will not reach the hole, and the cable which you are going to use to charge the port, to charge the battery, it's not going to reach correctly the micro USB. So keep in mind that using a different port, it's always important just to be sure that the dimensions, let's say the length, it's the correct one. That's how it looks. Basically, the port is soldered. Checking back the connections if we are connected. As you can see, the battery is draining 0.64 amps, 640 milliamps, and that's a good sign. The battery is charging. Connecting also the common board of the speaker, and it's powering on. So basically everything is working. The problem is solved. As you can see, even if you do not have the same perfect matching micro USB port, you can use almost any of the micro USB port existing, but you will need to make some adjustment. It doesn't matter if you soldered it correctly, and You make sure that the board will not break once the cable is connected. Everything will be fine. Now I'm just putting back the device, putting back the boards in place, putting back the battery, the cables, and you will see now how this device is uh, it's going to be mounted back. The only part which can be hard to be um, disassembled, it's the front part where you have that Motorola metallic mesh. You will need to heat up with some, I don't know, hot air gun, maybe the phone, which you're going to use, the hair dryer, how you call it anyway. Maybe you can use the hair dryer, which is fine. I've used a hair dryer very quickly, just 1 minute. The glue, which is on the sides, on the front side, on the perimeter of that speaker, you can see here, it's going to heat up and be more smashy. As you can see, everything is working. I'm just being sure that everything was connected fine. The buttons are all correctly working, changing the program, changing the modes, and everything. I would say it's a fix. That's basically all. Now I'm going just to screw back everything. Maybe it's useful for you to understand how this device is going to be screwed, unscrewed. Maybe it will help you to understand how to open this device. And yeah, that's all, pretty much everything. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Bye.